I, Scorpio, read the signs and choose wise transformation. Scorpio, listen closely. If a trail of tiny ants just crossed your kitchen tile or marched along the windowsill, don't rush for the spray. Pause, breathe. That small procession might be the loudest whisper your life has sent you in years. And if your counters are spotless and your floors are clear, keep watching. You didn't land here by accident. When the sign shows up, and it will, you'll remember this exact moment and realize that your reality has been speaking to you all along. Type this in the comments right now to set your intention for the video and lock your energy in. I, Scorpio, read the signs and choose wise transformation. Today's video is inspired by a common symbol, the appearance of ants at home. We're using under 40% of any shared ideas and adding 60% of my own insights, personal interpretations, and practical steps tailored to Scorpio. This keeps us aligned with YouTube's fair use principles, avoids copyright issues, and most importantly, gives you a deeper, original perspective so you can apply it in real life. The hidden message behind a very ordinary visitor. Scorpio, you already live with 1 foot in the visible world and 1 foot in the hidden. You sense patterns other people miss. You feel what others only think. Ants are not just a mess to clean up. They're a mirror with legs. They show up when something in your ecosystem, home, body, relationships, money, purpose, is reorganizing. What looks like a nuisance is, in truth, a notification. Here's my read. Ants appear when your inner system is trying to become more efficient than your current habits allow. They route around obstacles, recruit help, and redistribute resources. That is exactly what your psyche is attempting now. Your life is saying, we can't keep pouring energy into leaks. We need a new operating law. And because Scorpio is wired for transformation, the symbol chooses you like a key chooses a door. But let me be clear, we're not indulging superstition. We're translating a symbol into action. You'll leave this video not just more aware, but equipped. Consider this your field guide to what to notice, how to decode it, and which moves unlock the next chapter with grace instead of drama. The 3 Scorpio pathways: Scorpion, Eagle, Phoenix. Many of you know these archetypes. I'll use them here because they map beautifully to how you process change, and because they help you figure out which actions actually work right now. 1. Scorpion phase, survival and stingers. Signs you're here. You feel protective, easily triggered, hyper alert about betrayal, and tempted to go silent or retaliate. If ants appear in this phase, the message is, your defenses are spending more energy than the problem itself. You don't need sharper stingers. You need smarter structures. Triage your leaks. Open your notes app and write 3 headings: time, money, attention. Under each, list 2 leaks. Leaks are anything that costs you more than it returns. A subscription you never use, an open tab you refresh without purpose, a conversation you keep having that never changes. Circle 1 leak in each category. Close them within 72 hours. That's your first ant trail redirected. 1 gatekeeper rule. Choose 1 boundary sentence you'll use this week. For example, I'm available for that after Friday, or I can't commit to this right now. Put it on a sticky note where you'll see it. When the urge to overgive spikes, read it aloud before you answer anyone. Rebuild your den. Pick a single home zone, counter, nightstand, entry table. Clear it completely. Only return objects that are either used daily or loved fully. Why? Because your environment teaches your nervous system what normal feels like. Make clear, light, simple. Your new normal in at least 1 square foot of space. 2. Eagle phase, perception and precision. Here your gaze sharpens. You see the bigger map. You recognize how patterns repeat across your history. If ants appear while you're in eagle mode, your life is saying, zoom out, track the supply routes, not just the crumbs. Translation, look at how energy moves between you and others. Draw 3 arrows on paper labeled in, through, out. Under in, list where energy enters your life now: sleep, food, love, money, wins. Under through, write how you process it: routines, beliefs, systems. Under OUT, write where your energy goes: work, caretaking, creative output, doom scrolling. You'll immediately see a choke point. Adjust one system this week. Automate a bill, batch a chore, schedule a 20-minute creative block. Make a quick list of 5 people whose voices you hear in your head when you make decisions. Put a plus or minus by each name based on whether they expand or contract you. Then ask, who gets a front row seat this month? Let your yesies and nos reflect that list. For the next 48 hours, anytime you feel a spike of urgency, ask, is this a signal or noise? Signal equals something that affects your health, safety, integrity, or top priority this week. Noise equals almost everything else. Train your nervous system to stop chasing crumbs. 3. Phoenix phase, release and rebirth. This is where you stop polishing what no longer belongs to you. If ants show up here, they are midwives saying, let it break cleanly and gather what's alive. The 2-box ritual. Grab 2 boxes or bags. In box A, place anything that drains you: objects, paperwork, gifts laced with guilt. In box B, place anything that lights you up: books, tools, reminders of your next chapter. Box A gets removed from your daily environment within 1 week: trash, donate, archive. Box B gets placement in your line of sight. You will feel the energetic difference within 3 days. 1 honest conversation. Choose 1 conversation you've been avoiding. Write a 3-line script. 1, I want to be honest. 2, state the simple truth without drama. 3, here's what I can do next. Schedule it. Your voice is the flame that clears the nest for new growth. Commit to 1 new input. Phoenix energy needs fuel. Pick 1 nourishing input for 30 days. A morning walk without your phone, a short meditation, 10 pages of a book that expands your mind. Stick to it. Consistency is how embers become heat. Why ants and why now? Ants are systems thinkers. They don't argue with reality, they cooperate with it. They don't hoard, they allocate. They don't obsess over 1 crumb, they secure the path and let the colony thrive. When you see them, your life is hinting. Upgrade from intensity to intelligence. That's Scorpio maturity, conserving your deepest power for moves that matter. I promised you a perspective that's both spiritual and practical. So let's ground the symbol into 4 real-world arenas where Scorpio tends to carry more than most: home, love, work, and the past. Watch how the meaning shifts based on where they appear, and how my interpretation goes beyond superstition into strategy. If you see ants in the kitchen, nourishment, and negotiation, this isn't just about food. It's about how you fuel yourself and negotiate your needs. Your body wants simpler inputs. Your schedule wants saner rhythms. Your relationships want cleaner trades. The 3S rule for 1 week. Simple meals, satisfying portions, scheduled times. You're not punishing yourself. You're stabilizing the platform your psyche stands on. Fair trade check. In your closest bond, state one concrete need, e.g. I need 30 minutes after work to be quiet before I talk about the day. Offer one concrete give. Ask for one concrete boundary. Clear is kind and surprisingly sexy. Living room, belonging, and boundaries. If ants show up where people gather, you're being asked to curate the energy that crosses your threshold. Your social sphere needs filtering, not meanness, just discernment. Doorframe rule. Before someone enters your physical or mental space, ask, do they bring clarity, compassion, competence, or curiosity? If not, they don't get prime time. Calendar cleanup. Cancel one standing obligation that exists purely out of guilt. Use that freed time for something restorative. You'll be stunned how quickly resentment drops. Bedroom, intimacy, and truth. Here, the symbol speaks to trust, body honesty, and rest that actually restores you. Your nervous system is asking for gentleness, and your intimacy wants braver language. Sleep truce. 7-hour non-negotiable for 7 nights. Your intuition sharpens when your body is resourced. Honest desire. Write a 1-paragraph letter you'll actually read aloud to your partner or to yourself if you're solo. Here is what makes me feel safe. Here is what makes me open. Here is what I want to explore. No performance, just truth. Bathroom, cleansing, and closure. Water rooms, signal processing. If ants gather here, you're ready to rinse what your mind keeps recirculating. You don't need another mental loop. You need a ritual that ends the loop. Drain ritual 5 minutes. As the water runs, speak out loud 3 things you're done carrying. Name them like objects. Watch them leave. Mark the date. When the thought returns, remind it. We already released you on date. Near mirrors, identity, and self-regard. The mirror is where you see the costume you've outgrown. You can stop performing stability and start embodying serenity. Eye contact with the self. For 60 seconds a day, meet your own gaze and say, I am allowed to change my mind. I am allowed to change my life. Scorpio alchemy begins with permission. The weight you've been carrying isn't all yours. Scorpio, let's name something many of you won't say aloud. You've been the emotional vault for people you love. You've held secrets, mediated storms, absorbed stray shards so others wouldn't bleed. That's noble and costly. Ants don't carry loads alone, they recruit. Take the hint. 3 distinctions to free your energy. Empathy vs. enmeshment. Empathy says, I witness your pain. Enmeshment says, I become your pain. Keep the witness, release the merger. Help vs. rescue. Help supports someone's effort. Rescue replaces it. Rescue drains both of you and feeds a cycle. Choose help or step back. Usefulness vs. being used. Useful service has reciprocity, respect, boundaries, gratitude. Being used has a silent tax. If there's no reciprocity, there's no access. Boundary sentence you can borrow. I care about you and I can't carry this for you. Here's what I can offer. One specific, sustainable action. Say it calmly, repeat as needed. Watch how your life returns to you. Your relationship with power, make peace with the middle. Here's my personal opinion after years of watching Scorpio energy up close. Your power is not an on/off switch. It's a dimmer you're allowed to set. You are neither powerless nor too much. You are precise. The ants arrive to remind you precision beats performance. 3 power practices. Stop stress testing love. When things go well, resist the urge to poke the edges to see if they'll tear. Instead, ask, how can I deepen the good without demanding proof? Catch the drama draft. If you feel the old pull to make a small conflict epic, label it in real time. This is the impulse to escalate. Then do the opposite, de-escalate with one clear boundary or one clear request. Use your sight to build, not burn. You can see people's motives. Use that vision to place the right task in the right hands, to invite the right allies to step away gracefully from the wrong rooms. Timing, patterns, and your expanded sense of time. You've probably noticed you experience time differently. Ant symbols often sync to cycles. Rather than turning that into superstition, track it like data. Try this for 2 weeks. Ant log. If you see any, note time, location, what you were thinking about, and what happened within 48 hours. Patterns will appear. A certain hour you're most intuitive, a topic that calls them forth, a decision point that always follows. Trigger map. When heightened sensitivity hits, music feels raw, headlines sting, movies make you weep. Treat it as an open window. Don't shut it, curate it. Feed yourself beauty and truth, art, nature, long showers, reading real words on paper. Avoid doom loops. Your system is porous because it's upgrading. What this symbol means for love. When you clean up energy leaks and stop rescuing, 2 things happen in your relationships. The superficial falls away and the sincere deepens. You start asking better questions. Does this connection nourish my truth or manage my fear? And you begin answering honestly. If you're partnered, replace mind reading with micro requests. Examples. Can you hold me for 5 minutes without fixing anything? Or, I need you to tell me we're on the same team before we discuss logistics. Schedule a state of us check-in twice a month. 3 prompts, what's working, what hurts, what would feel beautiful. Keep it simple, keep it kind. If you're single, write your non-negotiables trio: respect, responsibility, reciprocity. Define each in 1 sentence. If a date crosses any one of the 3, you cross them off your list. That's not harsh, that's healthy. Stop auditioning for people who haven't earned a seat. You are not a museum of wonders open to random tours. You're a sanctuary, entry by reverence, money, work, and the colony principle. Ants don't chase every crumb, they coordinate. Your income and impact grow when your effort becomes coordinated. 3 moves in 14 days. Consolidate payments and tasks, batch bills and admin to 1 day a week. This removes the constant low-grade anxiety that leaks creative horsepower. Name your 1 metric. What number matters this month? Revenue, pitches sent, client hours, portfolio pages. Name 1 and track only that. Ants don't count clouds, they count steps. Create a 30-minute deep work window daily. No phone, no tabs, 1 task. Put a timer on. Depth beats duration. If you do this for 10 days, the compound interest will surprise you. If you're feeling the old fear rise, you might be thinking, what if I let go and everything collapses? That's the Scorpion's fear talking. Here's the eagle's view. Things collapse when they are built on people-pleasing, pretending, and pressure. Things endure when they're built on clarity, consent, and care. A simple reframe that changed my life. Instead of asking, "What will I lose if I change?" ask, "What will I lose if I don't?" The cost of clinging is always paid in aliveness. You don't owe anyone your numbness. A mini ritual to anchor this new chapter. You don't need crystals, incense, or a moon phase. You need presence and a pen. Title a page. What I'm done carrying. List 5 items. Make them concrete and behavioral, e.g. saying yes when I mean no. Explaining myself to people who have already decided. Skipping meals while solving everyone else's emergencies. Title a second page. What I'm willing to practice. List 5 practices from the actions above. Sign and date both pages. Put done carrying somewhere out of sight. Put willing to practice near your bed. Read it nightly for 7 days. Watch how fast life meets your clarity. Questions you're secretly asking, let's answer them. If I soften, won't people take advantage of me? Soft is not unguarded. Soft is responsive, not brittle. Your new boundary is not a wall, it's a hinge. You open for what's safe, you close for what's not. How do I trust my intuition when anxiety is loud? Anxiety screams, intuition states. Write both down. If the message reads like a headline in all caps, breathe and wait. If it reads like a calm sentence, consider it. What if the sign is just ants? Wonderful. Then you practice cleanliness, order, and humble observation. Those 3 will still change your life. And if it is a sign, you'll be prepared. A word on grief you didn't expect to feel. When you stop carrying what isn't yours, you might grieve the identity that was built around endurance. You were the reliable one, the fixer, the fortress. You'll miss the old badge until you feel how light the air is without it. That tenderness is not weakness, it's weather. Let it pass through. Gentle assignment. Write a brief thank you to your old self. You kept us safe, I'll keep us true. Then keep moving. The new baseline. Real over relentless. What remains when you drop the performance of being the strong one is stronger. It's not the look how I hold it all kind of strong. It's the kind that can say, not that, not now, and no more. It's the kind that can receive help without debt, love without a test, and rest without guilt. That is the real flex. That is Scorpio power matured. Say this out loud, yes, out loud. I am not here to manage everyone's peace. I am here to honor my truth. If you start seeing ants after this video, don't panic. Observe. Jot down 3 details. Where, when, what you were thinking. Clean the crumbs, fix the entry point, and whisper, message received. Then choose one practice from this video and begin today. Symbols without action become superstition. Symbols with action become transformation. Before we close, lock this in. If this spoke to you, comment now, even if you already did at the beginning. I, Scorpio, read the signs and choose wise transformation. Put it in writing to anchor your intention. It's not a magic spell, it's a personal contract. Then, like this video, subscribe and share it with a Scorpio who needs a gentle nudge and a clear plan. Final word, and why this matters more than you think. Scorpio, you don't need to break to change. You only need to stop pretending that grinding equals growth. The ants are not a curse, they are a course correction. They are a living metaphor for what you're ready to do. Reroute resources, recruit support, and rebuild flow. Less performance, more precision. Less secrecy, more sovereignty. Less martyrdom, more meaning. You don't have to prove your strength by carrying what numbs you. Prove your wisdom by putting it down. When you do, you'll notice the oddest, most beautiful thing. Life becomes quieter, not because nothing happens, but because you're no longer bracing for impact. You're building for continuity. The colony thrives because the queen, your core, finally has the calm to create. Scorpio, your next chapter doesn't begin with a bang. It begins with a decision to be real rather than relentless. And that choice made daily is how you rise. First as scorpion, then as eagle, and finally as phoenix. Not once, but whenever you choose. Housekeeping and fair use reminder to keep on screen in the outro. We've kept any borrowed idea under 40% and added at least 60% of original commentary, structure, and practices to align with fair use. This video offers education, analysis, and personal opinion, not a duplicate of anyone's content. Always do what's best for your home and health. Symbols are invitations, not obligations. If you want me to weave in ideas from your original Scorpio, be careful. Ants in your house will be a sign. Video or adjust pacing to match your voiceover timing more precisely. Tell me what sections you want emphasized. Love, money, past healing, or daily rituals, and I'll integrate them seamlessly. I'm ready for your notes.